Hey guys, and let's try this again. I hope everything will be working better now after I had to stop because of some technical problems. Um, I hope it will be better now. Okay, it should work sound-wise, I hope now. Okay. I don't know what happened, or my sound was completely off. And apparently you guys could not hear me from what I've been told. So I hope it will be better now. Let's hope it's working. Otherwise, I honestly don't know what messed it all up. Okay. Let's see. What could we do? We wanted to go the Hildibrand Quest. So we need to go... here. To the Forgotten Springs. Let's head there. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Knuss, Chicken. Happy that my sound is working again. Not sure of the in-stream chat thing that you can see. Just started using chat, but I'm not sure if the size is good like that. At least better than it was a few minutes ago. But I'm not sure if it's too small now. Oops. I went too far. Okay. I don't think I misread the map. Maybe they're just shy though. I say we call out to them and let them know we came in peace. And when the leader shows them, we strike. What are we gonna call out? Let's go with show yourself, foul friends, I guess. That didn't seem to work. Maybe we should try shouting something else. Fair enough. Speak to her again so we can shout something else. Let's see. And let's go to White Rose. That's probably what we were supposed to do. That's also not working. had to shout about the gentleman. Okay. Who summons the gentle dead man? Deadpan zombie. They live, and we hunger. My brothers, lend me your ears. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. No. The fuck is this? Spare those two fair ladies your mastications. Withdraw, I say, and harass them no more. Up in the sky, look! It's a bird. No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector. God, it's so cringy. We hear and we obey. The cringe. It is you. It really is you. I know nothing could kill the great Inspector Hildibrand. Hildibrand? Who is Hildibrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombiebrand, Devourer of Brains, Undead Overlord Extraordinaire. Oh god. What are you saying? You're not an Undead Overlord, you're a Gentleman Inspector. Inspector Overlord. Inspector Overlord. He's like he's having a brain overload. Oh, Inspector, you're just confused, is all. Don't worry, I knocked some sense back into that noggin of yours. Stay your hand, milady. You know not what you do. She's throwing bombs at him. Even if I were to esteem gentleman you purport me to be, the concussive force of the blast is more likely to liquefy my... If crashing into the ground made you forget, then an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll say, Inspector, or kill you trying. See, even you acknowledge the possibility that this plan will result in my... I mean, he is already dead. What is wrong with her? Normally, I would applaud your ingenuity, Nashi, but I would have preferred that you found a more elegant solution. Ah, he remembers me. Inspector Hildibrand remembers me. Yes, yes, I remember you, my faithful assistant. What I do not quite remember is how I came to be here. Ah, such a wonderful dream. I slew a dragon and... What is this place? And for the matter, who am I? I, Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have awoken at last. I always knew you'd come back to us. Be it Red Moon or Black Dragon, no fiend is a match for my legendary might. And who might this fine lady be? Could she perhaps be one of my many admirers? No. Oh, but what is this faint tingling sensation in my arm? This ringing in my ears, this dizziness, could it be a case? Verily, it could be naught else somewhere nearby. Dastardly doing are afoot, and only I can thwart them. Copious quantities of sand, unbearable heat. The Sagally Desert, I'd bet my life on it. Which means Older is but a short trek away. Yes, it all fits. Only that den of iniquity could so violently trigger my keen investigator senses. Fear not, law-abiding citizens. Inspector Hildibrand shall soon deliver you from evil. I guess teleporting will be faster. Go to Ulda. Beg your pardon? You wish to question me as to the whereabouts of the deviant running about town dressed in rags? Do I look like a reporter for the Mirror Eye? I do not consort with perverts. Fair enough. What? You're looking for a half-naked Highlander what likes to catch criminals? I think I'd remember a thing like that. If you do manage to find this inspector friend of yours, tell me to do something about a goddamn duelist. Me mate's past cousin kid's best friend lost his blade the other day to that bastard. Sorry, lass, but if it's information you want, you'd be served best by going to Vermont. The only rumors I've heard are those about the weapon thief, calls himself a duelist, also a her. But when you don't allow your opponents to refuse, well... I take it you've dealt with the zombie problem? So do tell, just why were they dressing up like dandies? Hey, Waymond. They'll almighty bugger me with a bleeding spear. The dead have risen, and they're walking in the streets of Ulder. No need for melodrama, my good man. As you can see, reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. It's true, he's not a zombie. I checked. Aye. You do seem to be hale and healthy, which, begs the question. How in the seven hells did you survive that fall? Why question divine providence? What matters is that Eorzea's champion has returned, and that he, and by that I mean I, shall bring this thieving duelist to justice. Heard about that, did you? Might be harder than you think. Even I got no inkling of that fellow's current whereabouts. Inconvincible. I refuse to believe that the ever-inquisitive, ever-ambitious, ever-reliable Waymond is without a single shred of information, even one of dubious relevance. Well, I make no promises, mind you, but there was some talk of a fair maiden that said her most... This knave assaulted a young woman as well? The audacity! I should fly to her side at... Why, if it isn't the lady from the Segoli? A serendipitous encounter indeed. Unless you too seek the belligerent duelist? Capital. It will be investigating to engage in a friendly battle of wits. Already the spirit of competition fills me. Come, Neshu, we must away. Damn it, Hildy. I ain't told you the lass's name yet. I guess he continues the quest. Yeah. Well, Eladri, you might as well go after him. He'll be disappointed if you don't. The lady in question is named Yellowmoon. She's a woman with a taste for the finer things in life. Safe to say you'll find her getting fitted for something in the Weaver's Guild most every day. Good luck with the inspecting, Inspector. To the Weaver's Guild we go. Via teleport. I like the Halloween decorations they have up. It's really nice. My beloved pure heart was unlike any wand you've ever seen. Elegant, refined, the perfect accessory for any cultured woman. You will bring it back to me, won't you? A priceless possession, callously ripped from the hands of its owner. The lady weeps, and the wind bears her sorrow in his ears. What gentleman could hear this clarion call and not beg the honor of championing her cause? What in the world? I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildibrand, Ancient of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinary, shall scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for your pure heart. What he said. And you, my fellow servant of justice, I see your instincts are not to be underestimated, having guided you to this fair maiden's side. Now then, Miss Moon, what can you tell us of the theft? Thefts, sir, to be precise. My pure heart was only the most recent item to be taken from me. I'm certain I had it when I left home the other day, after I browsed the latest fashion at Sunsilk and took in a match at the Coliseum. I realized it was gone. So the time and location of the theft are unknown, essential details, without which we cannot solve the case. There is but one logical course of action, Miss Moon. To coax the hidden clues from your memories, we must reenact that fateful day excursion to the Sunsilk tapestries. Miss Moon, would you be so kind as to describe your visit in detail on the other day in question? Nothing unusual happened, but if you insist. I was pondering whether or not to purchase a new dress when a man approached me and confessed his undying love. What sort of man says that to a complete stranger, I ask you? Naturally, I was taken aback. I dropped my purse, in shock, not intentionally, on his foot, and he cried out in pain and fled. If I may be so bold, Miss Moon, that struck me as a most unusual happening. In any case, it appears to be completely unrelated to the theft. Let us next proceed to the Coliseum and see what you remember. Once again, Miss Moon, if you would be so kind as to tell us what you remember. Well, like before, nothing unusual happened. I felt like gambling that day and was debating which match to observe when a gladiator approached me from behind and confessed his undying love. Naturally, I was taken aback, whirled about and struck the man in the face with my purse, shock, not enchanted only. Unfortunately, since I was carrying a tremendous sum of money, I persuaded about 60 pounds, and the blow was enough to render him unconscious. 120 pounces, Miss Moon, you are a remarkably strong woman. Which is precisely why you were targeted. Oh, it's so obviously in hindsight. The thief bore you a grudge. No, it's more than that. He hated you with a passion. There sure are a lot of giant crates in Olda. At Weaver's Guild, at Sunsilk Tapestry, and here too. The crates are everywhere, Laladri. I wonder what's inside. I don't see how to open them. Ah, of course. I still have plenty of explosives. Here, why don't you try? It will be fun. No, that's madness. You don't just throw bombs at stuff. Conspicuous crate. I can't believe we're doing this. At the heart of every crime resides a single, inaccessible truth, reached only by navigating a web of falsehood and contradictions. Hearken to me now, for as a shepherd leads his flock, I shall guide you to my irrefutable conclusion. A gladiator professes his feelings only to be rejected and physically assaulted. In response, wounding his pride as warrior and man, resenting her prowess while recognizing his weakness, he carries out a more feasible vengeance. He robs Yellowmoon of her weapon, the pure heart. Inspector, we found the pure heart. These strange men sneaking around town in wooden crates had it. It's not what you think. We're not thieves, we're devotees. Yellowmoon is our sun and stars. We only wish to keep her safe from harm, and should she misplace an item from time to time, we'd collect it for safekeeping. Nothing untoward. You deviants were behind all the thefts all this time. You've been stalking me. What nerve? Such unbridled fury, such righteous indignation. We should be glad to accept the goodness punishment. Goddess devotes? Ah, but of course. That I had you inspect those crates was a stroke of genius indeed. As I was elucidating but a moment ago, those fiends are obviously the ones responsible for the recent rash of weapon thefts as... The thefts were carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Lest you've forgotten, the culprit is a duelist. He only claims his victim's weapon after defeating them in single combat. If your powers of observation are as great as you claim, you should have deduced that those buffoons and boxers were incapable of such. I should know. I'm a reporter for the Mirror Eye. My name is Ellie, and I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. Inspector Hildibrand, gentleman investigator and agent of inquiry, I presume. You're looking well for a dead man. Would you like to meet one of the duelist victims? I'll introduce you with pleasure. You would be willing to share such precious information with me. Your generosity is commendable, Miss Ellie. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. Yes, very good. The name of the man is... Huh? Where in the bloody hells do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet. They are so weird. I suppose since you're in the embassy's friend, you intend to help him. The man you want to find is an adventurer named Humphrey. At present, he can be found at the Golden Bazaar. With luck, the good inspector may find his way there by the time you arrive. If not, then so be it. I wonder what will happen when he discovers that the victim is a perpetrator as well. Okay, how do I get to the Golden Bazaar? Is it not here? Am I just not seeing that? Ah, it's not here, that's why. I'm Humphrey, and you are? At last I've caught up with you. You there, young sir, I am told you are a victim of the marauding duelist. Me? A victim? How amusing. You amuse me. True, I was challenged by the duelist not long ago, but where he thought to find a whelp, he found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. You mean you won? That's amazing. Ah, well, it was nothing to compare to what I faced at Cartano. Magitech to the right of us, Magitech to the left of us. Stuck in the meadow with Master Lou, we were. Poor, he was a dab hand with the old magic, he was. I tried to save him, of course. But there's a limit at how many giant beasts a man can. The man is no warrior of light. Well, yeah, I know that. Tell them, Eliza. Tell them how he lost and surrendered a sword that was not his own. Liar! Scoundrel! I trusted that bastard with me father's blade. Bid him take it to the smithy for restoration. Even gave him guilt to pay for it. Then he comes crawling back, snivelling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel. As if that's enough to set things right. Look at me, you bleeding whoreson, look at me. Me flowing golden locks are not more. I've gone bald from distress and heartbreak. I swear to everything holy that you'll face a reckoning if you don't bring her back to me. Alright. He beat the shit out of me and took the old man's sword. I used the guilt to pay the chirurgeon. I have no idea where he or the sword is. What am I supposed to do, huh? I can't give him what I don't have. Unless you help me find the sword. That's what you do, right? Help people? It's not worthy of our help. Have you no shame? First you claim a legacy, not your own, then you beg others to help you with problems of your own making. You will refuse this man, won't you, Inspector? And what of Eliza's flowing golden locks? I will forsaking young Humphrey will help the man he was wronged. We shall begin our search for the sword by questioning the people of the Golden Bazaar. Elsa's sword wasn't much to look at, but at least it was authentic. More than a few collectors have been tricked into purchasing counterfeit relics. That boy should be ashamed of himself, robbing poor Elsa of a priceless feminine heirloom. Just goes to show you should never trust an adventurer who claims to be a warrior of light. Thieves and tricksters, the lot of them. It may not be the most honorable solution, but mayhap you should consider giving Elsa a counterfeit blade. If the deception brings him peace, in his final days would that be so wrong? Yes, it would be. Antique swords? Oh, I haven't the foggiest about that. That traveling merchant Junpa is the one you ought to speak with, assuming he hasn't left. I'm afraid I have no knowledge of an ancient sword, at least not of one I can guarantee to be authentic. You see, any wares I determine to be of dubious origins I immediately discard. In the spring east of Camp Drybone, although I have no swords for sale at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you describe. This presents a quandary. Though I am loath to deceive an honourable man like Eleazar, a well-intended ruse may put his heart at ease, thus spurring the rejuvenation of his following golden locks, whilst we continue to search for the genuine article. Well, if there is a sword in the spring, it won't remain there for long. It's one of the more convenient sources of fresh water for the common folk in Camp Drybone. You should endeavour to be more optimistic, Miss Alil, like me. I say we search the spring first before declaring all to be lost. Oops. Okay. It occurs to me that I am not yet fully recovered from my accumulated injuries. It would not be prudent to immerse my body in water, not without first coating into with liberal applications of salamander oil, that is. Indeed, on many an occasion, my dearest mother tended my childhood scrapes just so. You understand the importance of physical rehabilitation, yes? Then you can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. No! Why would I do that? The body is but an instrument in occasional need of oiling. So come, my friend, come and oil me up. No, I don't want to do that. It's disgusting. This comforting scent as though I'm a child in her arms. Quickly now, before it dries. Knead the oil into my aching flesh. This NPC is creeping me out. The pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently. Oh gods, oh gods, oh gods. Yes, at last. My muscles slacken and soften. The warmth spreads and the pain becomes pleasure. Ugh. Right there. Yes, keep doing that. Just like that. Just like... Yes, now. Once more, with feeling. No. God. Never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring. You as well, my good woman. You've been productive. Excellent. May I see what you found? No sign of the sword Jojo Pa mentioned, I see. Now I am all wet. What was that anyway? Hmm? Did something cause you to... Well, there is a sword in the water. Once again, my instincts have guided us to our quarry. That I had you search that section of the spring was a stroke of... Inspector, it's bad at your house to conduct investigation in those clothes. I go to order and fetch you some new ones. How thoughtful of you, Nashu. While you're there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Elazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find. Isn't it wonderful, my friend? Soon all of Elsa's woes will be no more. If only I could get rid of him, then my problems would be solved as well. He's such a weird guy. Where is that guy? As promised, I return to you your father's ancient blade. Aye, it is her. Every chip and scratch is just as I remember. God's bless, yes, sir. I never expected you would go to such lengths for two strangers without thought of reward. Altruism is a rare trait these days. It's common enough if you know where to look. A gentleman recognizes the good in every soul and understands that none deserves to be forsaken. Spoken like a true gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Inspector, I've bought you change of clothes. I also bought a supply of tonic from the peddler I met in Pearl Lane. Excellent work, Nashu. If you would just bring me that case. Well, that's a way to deliver an invitation. Inspector? There appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive from an adoring admirer? The author neglected to pen her name. I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Is that supposed to be flattering? No, you. It's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him. That look on his face. A challenge for me. At last the curtain rises. Very well. If I am to do it a duelist, I must dress for the occasion. Oh God. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry and Spectra Extraordinaire, accept your challenge. He's incredible, so bold, so majestic, just like a warrior of light. No, I disagree. Please don't put me and everyone else on the same as him. No, a gentleman of light. He is exceptionally something. Poor Inspector Hildibrand, you look amazing. Hildibrand. This is far from the strongest sword. blue skies and a rolling desert. How much longer I must seek the blade of legend. Oh god. The cringe. Hey, I know that spare. That's the one I found buried with the pumpkins. Pumpkins sort of reminded me of, no, it's gone. Never mind. Perchance you are curious about the duelist's declared target. It so happens I have identified the weapon in question. The treaty blade is part of Nishgardhian noble's collection, or was, I should say. No, it has not yet been stolen. It has been purchased by an Uldan collector, the wife of a wealthy merchant living in Vespa Bay. Suffice it to say, I would be remiss in my duties as a reporter were I to not investigate her. And should the duelist strike while I am present, well, I hope I needn't explain what a golden opportunity that would be. Ingratiating myself to her may prove to be the greatest challenge, though. I'm told she's a difficult woman to please. Fortunately, I am told that she has a fondness for rare flowers, the sort Tutusi and Camp Drybone sells. You can come along if you'd like. Sure. Okay, while I question why I am doing this to myself, this inspector is a sword for himself. Um, I'll be right back, and then we continue this really weird and strange quest line. let's continue with this really weird questing. I'll go and speak to Tusi. Oh, thank you for the follower. That now should also complete my follow goal once that updates, so thank you very much. And hello, Sluthy. Here you are, miss. Thank you for your patronage. Was it for love or money that you killed him? What? It was you. Have you gone mad? That was an Amaja arrow in his back. I don't even know how to shoot a bow. Amaja don't shoot fleeing unarmed merchants. They capture and temper them. Not that you or your victim make for convincing merchants. If you're going to misrepresent yourself, put some effort in it. Wear gloves for God's sake, or at least don't wave your hands in front of my face. The calluses on your fingers betray you as a veteran archer. Doubtless you used your skills to great effect 5 years ago, as did your partner. So again, I ask, was it because he took from you your share or your sister? You don't touch a man's skin, you know that, and yet he... Damn it, I thought he did it for the money. You too, he's all yours. Yes, of course. Thank you for the help, Inspector. At least he's competent. But when did investigating crimes become such a popular profession? It's not his job, you know. He's just likes doing it. He belongs to one of Ishgard's high houses. Some say he's a baron. Not at all like that buffoon Hildibrand, don't you think? I tried not to think about Hildibrand, which is very understandable, and I preferred not to have met him. We should get going. Lady Gerilda will not take kindly to wilted flowers. Where do I need to go for that? Again, as I told the last 20 who came before, If you came looking for work, you are too late. And even if I were in need of additional security, I would not deign to hire a common adventurer. Now remove yourself from my sight before I have you removed. She does sound lovely. Did you really think I could be so easily manipulated? Present the right gift, speak the magic word, and you would earn my respect? What is more, a flower's beauty is fleeting. I value beauty which transcends the boundaries of time, everlasting, enduring, unchanging, like mine. Now get out. Forgive us, Lady Turida. We meant no disrespect. We were afraid that you would not heed our warnings otherwise. A notorious, violent thief is plotting to steal the treaty blade. You fools, I shall come to claim the collector's blade. Yes, I read the mithril eye. I know full well of whom you speak, and it's none of your concern. I have a legion of guards at my disposal. Should they try, I will have him seized or worse. And even if by some miracle he should succeed, he will not escape my wrath, for I have retrained the service of a certain gentleman. But you may see for yourself. Like every piece in my collection, he has been chosen with the utmost care. Now look at my peerless inspector, interloper, and despair. Ships that pass in the night, a signal shown in the darkness. The lady cries out for a guardian, and a gentleman must needs to oblige. I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildibrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall neither slumber nor sleep until the fiend who covets the treaty blade is brought to justice. The horror. My lady, what brings you here? Are you come in pursuit of the duelist as well? Or perchance in pursuit of me? Ill. As if I would spend a single gil on an insufferable incompetent. To be fair, you are not spending a single gil on me. Chance to investigate such an intriguing case as payment enough. Preemptive declarations of criminal intent are hardly in vogue. Sorry, I'm late, busy solving a murder. Guardian, consulting inspector, at your service, my lady. Conniving inspector. Consulting inspector. Rotting flesh and saltpeter. Hildibrand Menderval and Nashu Makaraka, I presume? Two rank amateurs playing at a profession of which they know not. Call me when you finish with these wastrels. You see, I do not want nor need your help. Guardian is more than capable of overseeing the transfer. Now get out, all of you. Where have you been, Maria? And where's my vase? There was a strange flying thing, and the vase, I dropped it in the water. I was so... That vase once belonged to the royal house of Thorn. Do you have any idea how much it was worth? You will go back outside right now and search for my vase, and you are not to return until you find it. Do I make myself clear? My lady, pray allow me to go in the guard's stead. It is not safe, for she herself spoke of a ferocious wild beast. With my unmatched investigative skills, I shall swiftly locate and recover the missing vase, thereby earning your respect. At which point you will gladly grant me permission to investigate the thieving duelist. Verily, it is a plan fiendishly clever in my intricacies. Not when spoken aloud. Miss Maria, would you be so kind as to tell me exactly what happened? I picked up the vase in Ulda like Mother said, and I was on my way home. I was crossing the bridge and then the flying thing came. I got scared, so I ran. When I stopped it was gone, but so was the vase. I think I dropped it in Nofika's wells. I wanted to go and look, but there were scary looking things down there. I'm scared to go alone. You are no longer alone, Miss Maria. We shall go together and look for the vase, all 5 of us. All 4 of you. I'm going after Inspector Briardian. If the duelist strikes, I mean to be there. But, Miss Ellie, how can you ignore the plight of a young girl for the sake of a story? Because that's my job, you imbecile. Well, we should not be directly in our duty of justice. Come, Nashu, we must away. You don't even know what the bloody waste looks like. Maria, dear, listen. If it gets dangerous, or if you feel afraid, you run to this adventurer for help, understand? That girl was run by earlier? Aye, I seen her. Had something in her hands, but dropped it while crossing the bridge. Didn't get a good look, but I reckon it don't matter any road. Whatever it was, it's long gone by now. A vase, or anything that falls in the water, is like to be swept downstream fairly quickly. Does this have anything to do with that queer winged beast I saw earlier? No? Never mind then. A pox upon that thieving demon bird. He shall rue the day he crossed paths with me. What? A vase? I know naught of what you cause this infernal refuse underfoot. Every point is a dagger. There's something in the water at the man's feet. Do I spy a treasured vase of Lady Duralda over? Oh dear. Does this belong to you, child? Forgive me. I was so engrossed in my search that I did not notice. Your search for what, pray tell? The demon bird that absconded with my weapon. I set it down for but a moment, only to see it next to the talons of a curious, cute creature. I gave chase, following it to these waters, and in my haste I must have stepped upon the vase. Don't fret, Maria. I know it looks bad, but I'm sure Inspector Hildibrand will think of something. But I already have. My faithful assistants, hearken to me now, for as the rising sun does dispel the dark, so shall my solution resolve our dilemma. But first we must gather as many fragments of the vase as we can find. Let me guess, we're gonna glue it back together. No, I don't want to talk to him. I wanted to collect stuff. Come to present your findings, have you? Splendid, let's have a look. Well done, my friend. This should be more than sufficient for our needs. He has performed miracles with far less after all. There is but one person in all Eorzea capable of reconstructing this vase, a man whose skill with the hammer has spoiled rival goldsmiths low. So breathtaking are his works, so fearsome his competitive spirit. This man is no more goldsmith. You speak of him as one would of great warrior. Once a notorious gang of thieves perpetrated a series of robberies in Ulda, targeting establishments which sought luxury goods. One such shop was owned by the humble lapidary of whom I speak. He was the last shop the thieves struck, for the following morning they were found beaten, bound and gagged in the gold court. The brassblades never learned who was responsible. The only information they had was the testimony of a thief who kept muttering the word, "The hammer, the hammer." He sounds dangerous. Aye, that he does. And I do so enjoy the company of dangerous men. But where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Gilgamesh, and it is my companion Enkidu. Well, not really. It has been many moons since I last saw her. So to ease the burden of loneliness, I tamed a roaster and painted it green. In any case, you mean to search for the goldsmith, yes? If so, it would be my pleasure to help. The pleasure is all mine, Gilligan. Hildibrand, Ancient of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinary, bid you welcome. If that is that hard for you to remember, I give you leave to call me Gil. Excellent suggestion, Greg. Playfully monikers are an effective means of building camaraderie. Call me Hildy. Now then, from what I know of the goldsmith's propensity to procure his materials himself, I have deduced that he is most like to be found in the vicinity of Blue Fork in northern Thanalan. It is there we shall begin our search. Dublin's ruins indicate that it was felled with a hammer. A trail of bloody footprints lead to the north. I don't think it has been that long. Maybe whoever did it is still around? The goldsmith is not to be trifled with. I don't want to talk, I want to click on it. The basilisk wound indicated it was felled with a hammer. Trail of bloody footprints lead to the north. A single blow to the head. Impressive. The Dublin, the basilisk, this Ahriman were always slain with a hammer. This was the beast over yonder, unless I am mistaken. That chimera must be his latest prize, which means he must still be about. Mayhap he is watching us at this very moment, attempting to ascertain our intentions. He was ever a cautious man when on the hunt. Alas, it comes to this. Though every fibre of my being cries out in rebellion, I must break my oath and do the unspeakable. What must you do that? What must you do that is so terrible? I must dance. Oh my god. I'm a Mandeville man, doing what only a Mandeville can. From the peaks of Corthias to Thunderland, Mandeville man. Oh, sweet Jesus. I cannot avert my eyes. I feel him. I so do. That is the dance of House Mandeville, passed down far from father to son. Were I to perform it within sight of a quarry, he would not be able to resist revealing himself. Alas, I neglected to properly stretch my legs beforehand. My good woman, I see no other solution. You must answer my stead. Though it be a gross, nay, unconscionable violation of my family's tradition, I must bequeath to you the mandible. Please, no. I don't want to. We are as siblings now, my constant comrade, for I have shared with you the secret of House Mandible. Now you must use that knowledge. Go to the fallen chimera and dance like only a Mandible can. Fancy yourself a Mandible man? You would do what only a Mandible can. And lift your legs and put up your hands, be a Mandible man. He comes. Why is he naked? Ho ho ho. You have naught to fear from me, naught at all. The only account I came to settle were with the Chimera. Please give this man some clothes. But you were not drawn here by some coincidence, were you? No, you came in search of me. Godbird, why else would you grate your hips in such a gentlemanly fashion, if not that? But more importantly, how in the hells did you learn the mandible? If I did not teach you, then who? Is it his father? By the grace of Thor, what sorcery is that? He had lips? Oh my god. Hildibrand, Hylador, I can't read that fast. "10 years, Hildebrand. 10 years since you left home, and 5 since I've learned of your trip to Dalamud. How long were you planning to allow your mother and father to suffer under the illusion that their beloved son was dead? Son? You were Hildy's father? But that was obvious. God bet the goldsmith's mandible man. Smithing is only a mandible can. Oil him up and give him a tan, fit for a mandible man. Please, father, cease your undulations at once. There are more pressing matters at hand. This antique vase must be made whole once more for the sake of Miss Maria. Do not worry, little one. I deal with worse cases before my morning bowel movement. Hold your applause until the end. Regat, guide my hammer. Look at how it sparkles in the twilight, how it radiates elegance. Would you all not agree that this is a work of art? You've completely destroyed a priceless antique historical value. Nonsense. I've taken a dull, unremarkable vase and transformed it into something far superior. I hope you are paying attention, Hildy. How long has it been since you last held a hammer? Father, that is not my path. I am an ancient of inquiry, an inspector. It is my duty to help those in need. Miss Maria is one such person. There are others too, innocent people whose weapons were callously ripped from their hands by a thieving duelist. I thought you had put away your childish dreams. No matter, you will understand in due time. No, I will not. I am an inspector, father. I can be naught else. Mr. Godbert, sir, I don't think my mother's going to like what you did. She probably won't let Mr. Hildibrand help with the investigation. We cannot say that for certain, can we? Mayhaps she will take a liking to this reimagining. You spoke of a thieving duelist, did you not? It so happens I am something of a duelist myself. Were we at cross paths with this fellow, I would welcome the opportunity to pit my skills against his. And Kidu as well, I should think. I see you too possess a strong sense of justice. Full glad am I to have met you, Greg. Now, let us return to Vesper Bay and see how our vase is received. Vesper Bay, you say? What a coincidence. I shall be traveling there on business once I have finished gathering materials. Oh, I think I might have seen a demon bird which took my weapon. Go on without me. I shall follow anon. Okay, I'm just gonna teleport. I still have some of the tickets left. I always forget to use them. I hope she likes it. Mother, I bought you the vase. By the gods, have you all no shame? How dare you make my daughter complicit in your chicanery? I don't know where you found this gaudy trash, but it bears no resemblance whatsoever of the vase I purchased. Now she's here, Lady Durilda. Not only did you send Maria to fetch your priceless vase alone, placing her in considerable danger should bandits or wild beasts attack, which they did, but... Gaudy trash? Lord Mandeville, sir, I did not realize you had arrived. Though I know it is nothing compared to the lavish accommodations and esteemed gentlemen such as yourself must enjoy, I pray my humble abode meets with your satisfaction. Oh, it does, my lady, it does indeed. Especially that exquisite vase over yonder, although I gather from your previous comments that you do not like my reconstruction. Your reconstruction? Oh, I don't like it. I love it. I would go so far as to call it the new centerpiece of my Thorn Dynasty collection. What a relief. I would have been most distressed had you said otherwise. We Mandevilles do so take pride in our work and ever strive for professional perfection. Oh, but why am I repeating what my son, Hildibrand, doubtless told you when he offered to investigate the duelist's threats? Enough expository banter, I say. I cannot recall if your son used those precise words, but I do remember thinking that his help would be most welcome. You will be helping us, Inspector Hildibrand, will you not? Wait a minute. Your father is Lord Godbert Mandeville, the man who took Aeolond Quiverson's seat in the Syndicate? It appears there have been a great many developments over the past 10 years, of which I was completely unaware. In any case, we must redirect our energies toward the investigation of the thieving duelist. Our first order of business will be to review all the facts that concerning Inspector Buridan. Who am I supposed to talk to? There he is. Why are you still here? Allow me to elucidate. Lady Durilla has asked that we assist in the investigation. Now kindly share with us all your information. Fine. Our plans have advanced to a stage that even you couldn't ruin them anyway. I commissioned several reproductions of the 3D blade through the merchant named John Pan, who traffics the counterfeit antiques. These blades have been delivered to the observatory, where they are being distributed amongst Lady Durilda's sellswords. Once I give the order, that they will transport them via alternate routes to Vesper Bay. Oh, I think I get it. You're hiding the retransport with a bunch of decoys, right? They are all decoys. The moment the thief strikes, all our forces will converge on his location, including those disguised as small folk along each route. The rear 3D blade will remain in the original owner's vault until the thief has been apprehended. Everything has been accounted for. You are superfluous. Mayhap we could use some more small folk to watch the roads in and out of the observatorium, assuming you have the capacity to conduct yourself in an unassuming fashion. Fear not, my fellow inspector, for I am master of the skies. Have you any information regarding the duelist himself? Any descriptions? You never thought to ask Humphrey, did you? The thief is said to be a towering brute dressed in red hood wields a halberd. A man so garnished dress should be easy to find in snowy courtiers. Then I suppose we don't need your help after all, do we? Come, I don't. I couldn't care less. Be seeing you. Pray forgive my lateness. Let me guess, he is the one. Greg, my good man, what a pleasure to see you again. We just received new information regarding the weapon thief. A victim described him as a halberd reading brute dressed in a ridiculous outfit. A ridiculous outfit? Oh, now I'm intrigued. What reason would a warrior have for wearing impractical clothing? What reason indeed? It is enough to make a gentleman laugh. Allow me to summarize our current plan of action. Our destination is the observatorium, and our mission is to pose a godly small fog in accordance with Inspector Braden's instructions. Naturally, should the situation demand improvisation, we are to disregard those instructions. Any questions? No? Then let us sally forth at once. Hail to thee, fellow servants of justice. I take it you are one of the many tasked with transporting the counterfeit treaty blade? Clearly you have mistaken me for someone else, sir. At ease, Sergeant. They are with us. More small folk. Keep an eye on them, or else. But sir, Bugger me. You don't bloody move until I get back. I say, is this land always so inhospitable? The biting winds, the endless snows. Mayhap keeping active will help me stay warm. Oh, and should I chance to find a thieving duelist, I will of course summon you, after administering the requisite beating. Good, you still? Wasn't there someone else with you a moment ago? Ah, you speak of Greg. He ventured outside the gates mere moments before your arrival, full eager to catch a thief. As we. Come, Nashu. We too must answer the call of duty. You look like you might actually be useful. Why don't you have a word with the man near the east gate? We are undermanned over there. What is There's something saying I have something to talk here. Or is that the one I have to talk to? Ah, okay, the other quest symbol was for the Immortal Flames quest that I have. You see that just now? No? I don't think my eyes were playing tricks on me, but there's only one way to be sure. You wait here. Sure. Inspector, over there, look. Ah, I see you. Demon bird, you will not escape me this time. Why, hello there, my friends. Is all amiss? Oh, it's just Greg. For a moment I thought you might have spotted our thief. Come, Nashu, we have lingered here overlong. We must egress post-haste. Oh, there's a snowman. There's not out of the ordinary here either. No luck. We have scoured every elm of this area to no avail. I can only conclude that, having learned that his opponent was to be a legendary Inspector Hildibrand, the duelist renounced his criminal ways and retreated into hiding. Or perhaps he is waiting patiently outside the walls for more wagons to leave? That being said, should you decide to venture into the wilderness, you had best arm yourself with more than your wits. I appreciate your concern, Miss Ellie, but a gentleman should abstain from violence unless absolutely necessary. I will fight for you, Inspector. I even found a weapon to use. By the 12th. Is that the self-same spear which propelled me to the Red Moon? Where did you find it? It was buried in the snow. Well, one cannot ignore the will of destiny. Return it to me, Nashu. Though it will still endeavor to avoid fisticuffs. I will be dully armed should worse come to worse. Now then, we begin our search for the duelist to the east of the observatorium. Sorry, there was someone on my door. Let's continue. How more obvious can it be? I mean, it would be fun if in the end that guy is not our weapon thief. But at the moment, everything is basically saying he is it. And our master inspector is not getting it. Knock it up there. Wherefore art thou, my nefarious nemesis? It was not the selfsame creature, but one of many. Nevertheless, I know that my weapon is close by. You sense it too, don't you? Greg, I've been meaning to ask, why did you cover this weapon so? If you but beheld it, you would understand. In some ways it bore resemblance to a spear, but in other respects it was quite different. It was crowned with a magnificent axe blade, to which was weird a musket barrel. It's right there! The weapon he described is right there! It was one of the first weapons I added to my collection after arriving in these lands. How I yearned to reclaim it, the strongest of spears. That weapon of yours bears a striking resemblance to the strongest of spears. I claimed this weapon 5 years ago. Surely you can't be serious. Now you call me Shirley. No matter, give it to me. Give it to me. This spear and I have traveled together for very heavens. I will not relinquish it again. This spear and I have beaten many a man together. I will not relinquish it again. Then we are at an impasse. Oh my god. Yes, my character feels me. I can't believe I'm saying this, but well done, Inspector. Thanks to you, we've caught a weapon thief in the act. Miss Ellie, you're grossly misreading our dispute. Greg is a good, honest man, who I'm certain has never stolen a weapon in his life. Indeed, I have not. Every weapon I have claimed was by rights mine. Each was a trophy for besting my opponent in a single combat. Took him long enough. I believe that constitutes a confession. Seize him. A confession to what? I've done naught wrong. Bah, you all are beyond reason. Yes, my plan to secure Greg's confession was utterly flawless, and his capture will be the coup de grace. Well, my plan is thus far flawless. Griffin Crossing is still impassable. I know who you are, even if that imbecile doesn't, so let's not mince words. Only you have the skill to face the duelist in battle. Even so, your strength alone will likely not suffice. I suggest you muster what allies you can. Okay, since this sounds as if I'm going to have to do it dungeon soon. I might need to I'm gonna have to chat with Hildibrand and see where this goes. My dinner will be ready soon, so Wouldn't have time for a dungeon, but let's see if I'm correct with my guessing or not first. Nashu, Miss Ellie, my good woman, is it a relief to hear your footfalls? As you have doubtless deducted, I was unable to prevent Greg from escaping through the doors. I must leave the rest to you. Maybe this was a bad idea for me to talk to him. What a nice bridge. Yes, it was I behind those doors the whole time. It took so long to arrive, I was getting worried you might have gotten lost. Long did I wonder what your role in this play was. A silent guardian, wanting to watch events unfold with minimal interaction. At the last, I understand. We were fated to duel, you and I. Best me, and you have the spear. Fail, and your weapons are forfeit. Fair terms, do you not think? I will even extend them to your allies. I grant you leave to summon others. After all, it will avail you no advantage. For Gilgamesh it is beginning time. Okay. Get big. Cool. Well, thank you all for watching my midday stream. I shall do this fight on my next chill stream, so I'm looking forward to that. And I hope you have a great day. Thanks again for Slothy for your new follower. I don't know why my follower girl isn't updating it, but now I have my first 10 followers. Yay! And yeah, I hope I see you guys next time. Bye!